We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are live from GoViants.com field for tonight's lacrosse matchup between Manhattanville and Merchant Marine. With a little over 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play, it's a 4-2 lead for the Mariners. Both teams coming into today's contest 2-1. The Viants have won their last two. Colin Morrissey with 2 goals so far here today to lead the Manhattanville offense. Andrew Murray with it now. He surveys the defense, looking to try to cut into this deficit. Giants have lost 9 of their last 10 contests to the Mariners. Here's a shot attempt, but just wide of the post by Morrissey, looking for his third. A nice pass there by Murray to get it to fellow senior Colin Morrissey, but unable to bury that one in. So it's still a 2-goal deficit for the Giants. Will Duvall will now have it. Duvall is circling around the net. Looking for someone to pass it out front with. Still has the ball on his stick and will now play it all the way over. Here's Sparby with it. Sparby spins. Loses footing on that one. Has to play it back. Sparby momentarily had a window to potentially take a shot, but cut off nicely by the Mariner defense. 5 minutes go in the first. Passed up top to sophomore Eric Sparby. Sparby pump fakes. Looking at, here's a pass attempt, and it'll be taken away by the goalie. Mariners looking for the successful clear. And now we're going to get a penalty coming up against Manhattanville. It will be the first of the contest. As both teams will get their substitutions onto the field. Duvall called for the 30-second penalty for pushing. So just a short man-up advantage for the Mariners as they'll look to try to extend their lead with under 5 to go here in the first. Mariners passing this one along. Merchant Marine with it. As they look to add to their lead. There's a shot attempt, and Hoffman with a big save just as the man advantage was expiring for Merchant Marine. Zach Hoffman with a nice save as it keeps it just a 2-goal deficit with 4 to go here in the first. Here's Jake Caton with it. Caton passing this one off, and now he'll head to the sidelines in favor of Tyler Bentrowitz and Andrew Murray. And Murray will have it. Murray with an assist here today. He is now just 2 points away from eclipsing the 100 career point mark, trying to get point number 99 on the shot attempt, but a nice save there. And now the Mariners will go back on the attack. And as you mentioned, team that Manhattanville has struggled with as of late. They've lost 9 of their last 10 contests to the Mariners. It's now a scrum for the ground ball. Both teams still fighting for it. And it'll be the Viants coming up with it. Now we're going to have a penalty coming up against Merchant Marine. As TJ Cacavo has the ball on his stick and will now pass this one off. Under 3 to go here in the first. Thank you for joining us for tonight's coverage of Manhattanville College men's lacrosse. Giants, their first game in 2 weeks as they've had numerous games postponed due to weather, and you can see the snow that surrounds GoViants.com field really only clearing up yesterday, and then the finishing touch is done today as this pass will be above the intended target and out of play. Valiants will go on the man advantage. As it'll go against number 23 for Merchant Marine, and it'll be a 1-minute penalty for slashing. As now the Mariners calling for a timeout. So quick break in the action. So we apologize for the technical difficulties to start tonight's contest. Non-conference battle between Manhattanville and Merchant Marine. As we mentioned, both teams 2-1. First game for Manhattanville in 2 weeks. Last time the Valiants took the field for a game was the 12-1 victory against Mount St. Vincent. All-time Manhattanville 6-21 against the Mariners, and as we mentioned, they've lost 9 of their last 10, and they've lost 5 in a row coming in tonight's contest. Their last win against Merchant Marine coming in 2011. Last year was a 19-9 victory for the Mariners. They scored the first 5 goals of the game and never looked back. Pat Cole leading the way with 3 goals and an assist. Tyler Bentrowitz had a game-high 4 assists in the contest, and Colin Morrissey 4 goals in the loss. As mentioned, Merchant Marine 2-1 on the year. The only loss coming to FDU. They scored 12 goals per game on 33 shots while giving up 11 goals on 43 shots. So the defense will give up some opportunities. We'll see if the Valiant offense can take advantage of it. Manhattanville, 2-game win streak. Valiants score 11 goals on 24 shots per contest and give up 8 goals on 23 shots per game. So man advantage for the Valiants for the next 40 seconds as they look to try to cut into the deficit. Played out top to Sparby. Ball on the turf, scooped up though by the Valiants. Back to Eric Sparby. Sparby over to Motherway. Motherway playing this one to Morrissey. Back up top, Sparby over to Motherway. Valiants with some nice ball movement here, looking for the open shot. As this pass is in between Sparby and Bentrowitz. 5 seconds ticking off. Manhattanville trying to get a shot off, but they will not. So a successful man advantage kill by Merchant Marine as we approach 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Motherway reaches for this one, able to collect the pass, now plays it behind the net. Duvall over to Morrissey. Morrissey 2 goals here tonight to lead the Valiants. So now bring this one in. He looks to go low, and Colin Morrissey scores for his 3rd of the contest. And Morrissey continues to give Merchant Marine fits. He had 4 goals last season in the loss to Merchant Marine. Now he's got 3 goals already here in the first quarter. Nice job by the senior captain, Colin Morrissey, going 5-hole on that one for the goal. As a face-off win. And here's a shot attempt steered away by Hoffman. As Hoffman with a great effort there to not only come up with the save and then dive to beat the Merchant Marine player to the ball. So possession will go to Manhattanville, so Valiants can potentially tie the game in this possession. Here's Keogh with it. Keogh playing it over to Asen, now over to Bentrowitz. Bentrowitz, first team all-conference a season ago, leading the Valiant offense. A little bit of a slow start for Bentrowitz this year, but due to a lot of quality offensive players being on this year's team, so a good problem to have if you're head coach Ryder Bolander, as this shot will go off the mark just before the end of the first quarter, and that will do it. So at the end of one quarter of play, it's Manhattanville trailing 4-3 to Merchant Marine, as we'll take a quick break here on GoVines.tv. Stay tuned for the second quarter of action. (4-3) the lead for Merchant Marine here against Manhattanville, as the Vines take on the Mariners in non-conference play. In what is a frigid Wednesday evening, Irving Hernandez take the faceoff for Manhattanville. He will fall in that faceoff to number 27, Chris Whitenick. So now Merchant Marine will have it in Manhattanville territory, leading by 1 goal. Wind picking up here. We expect high winds here, so we'll see if that affects any of these passes or shots. As this shot attempt's going to bounce past Zach Hoffman, as it's a goal for the Mariners. It's number 11, Nick Roros, on the goal. Excuse me, Nick Roros. So back up to a 2-goal lead for the Mariners. As it's 5-3 Merchant Marine. Last year's contest, the Mariners started off by scoring the first 5 goals of the game, a little bit more even of a matchup here this season. Vines actually got on the scoreboard first when Andrew Murray found Colin Morrissey for his first of 3 goals here tonight. As Morrissey, combining the last 2 games against Merchant Marine, has 7 goals. Mariners once again have possession of it after the face-off victory. Vines trying to jar that ball loose, but good possession kept by the Mariners. Here's a shot attempt, and Hoffman with the big save. Zach Hoffman with another big save. The Vines trail by 2. Hahn passes it back to the goalie Hoffman. Try and pass this one up towards Jake Caton's way. Kane able to scoop out the ground ball, and they'll get the successful clear. Tristan Green with it. Green had 3 goals in his last contest against Mount St. Vincent. 6 goals on the season. Here's Ed Motherway with it. Motherway cutting into the teeth of the defense. He'll pass this one over to Duvall. Guys trying to cut in. They'll shoot and score on that one as they cut the deficit back down to 1.
Manhattanville goal scored by number 2, Tristan Green.
Tristan Green, name we just mentioned. He had a big game last game against Mount St. Vincent, racking up 3 goals. He gets his first of the night. Morrissey with his 4th point, as he'll collect the assist. And back down to a 1-goal game. Now got a whistle as it looks like a false start against Andrew Murray. So Mariners will take over. Giants once again cut the deficit in half, trailing by 1. On the defense. As the Giants able to poke this one ahead. As Jake Caton, nice job of just kind of scooping that ball into Mount St. Vincent, into Merchant Marine territory. Giants with it. Here's a shot attempt, this one just wide of the cage. And Manhattanville able to back it up nicely, and they'll keep possession. Giants trying to tie the game up. They scored the first goal of the game, but then the Mariners responded with 2 unanswered goals, and the Giants have been able to tie the game since. Here's a shot attempt, and Manhattanville will shoot and score as we got ourselves a 5-5 ball game.
Goal scored by number 12, Will Duvall.
The freshman Will Duvall continues his strong play for Manhattanville as he adds to his team lead in goals with his 8th of the season. And it's 5-5 the score with nearly 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of action. Mariners will now have it. They'll play it into Manhattanville territory. Giants with 2 unanswered goals have tied the game. Ground ball scooped up by Zach Hoffman, and a big ground ball recovery by Hoffman. If he doesn't get it, it's a wide open net for Merchant Marine. Murray with it. Giants looking for the lead for the first time since it was 1-0 as this shot above the crossbar and out of play. Giants with it as Sparby will have it. Played over to Duvall. Duvall spins. Going to pass it towards Morrissey, but cut off nicely by the Mariner defense. Passed over. Here's a shot attempt broken up, though. And it'll be the Mariners collecting possession of it. They'll play it up to midfield. Ryan's able to jar that ball loose, still on the ground. And it'll be Manhattanville scooping up the ground ball. Under 10 to go here in the second. As Manhattanville, we mentioned, going to have their first lead of the game since it was 1-0. Sparby over to Bentrowitz. Bentrowitz trying to get into the teeth of the defense. Defended nicely, though, by Merchant Marine. Here's Duvall with it. Duvall able to spin away from the defense. He'll just play this one behind to Sparby. Back over to Will Duvall. Duvall up top to Bentrowitz. Bentrowitz using the screen. Passing, here's a spinning shot attempt, steered away. I'll get a whistle and stoppage of play. As Bentrowitz a little bit slow to get up. So Bentrowitz will jog over to the sideline as Ed Motherway will check back into the contest. Guys, we're going to get a penalty against Merchant Marine for a cross check. Rose called for the cross check. It'll be a 1-minute penalty. So another man-up advantage for Manhattanville. There's Manhattanville with it. Moving the ball around nicely as they look for an opening in the Mariner defense to try to take the lead. Under 8 to go here in the second. Play to Sparby. Sparby passes over to Motherway, and he'll shoot and score! Ed Motherway with the goal gives Manhattanville the lead as their 6-5 advantage for the Valiants.
Manhattanville goal scored by number 20, Ed Motherway. Assist number 10, Eric Sparby.
3
Seconds remain on the penalty.
3 unanswered goals by the Valiants. As they turn a 1-goal deficit now into a 1-goal lead. Or excuse me, it's a 2-goal deficit as the Valiants trailed 5-3. Valiants on the man advantage for about 5 more seconds. So it looks like Merchant Marine will just hold on to it. And now we're back to even strength with 7 minutes to go in the second. 6-5 the lead for Manhattanville as Ed Motherway puts the Valiants ahead. Mariners with it. We'll pass this one over. As Cole trying to find some kind of window in the Manhattanville defense, but good job there by Sam Hahn to cut anything off. And here's a shot attempt, and that one's going to get past Hoffman for the goal. And Mariners have tied the game at 6.
First three goals scored number 23, Jack Renard.
Six now the score, with a little over 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Mariners back with it. Looking to try to reclaim the lead. As it'll go over to Pat Cole. Mariners with it, circling around the Manhattanville net. Here's a shot attempt in Hoffman. Looks like he just was able to get a piece of that one, unable to back it up, and it'll be Mariner ball. Cole with it. Here's another shot attempt in Hoffman once again, coming up with the stick save. Marine with it. Here's another shot. Hoffman once again collects the save. Still possession for the Mariners. We're going to have a penalty coming up against Manhattanville. And Vines will scoop it up, and now another flag at the end of that play. So we'll get the calls from the officials. And it looks like it might be 2 penalties against Manhattanville. So slashing called against Sam Hahn. He'll serve a minute penalty. And a 30-second call against Kyle Kelvis for pushing. So Vines will be down 2 men for 30 seconds. And it'll be 2 of their better defensemen as well. As Merchant Marine trying to take advantage, and that one, it looks like just sneaks past Hoffman for the goal. And the Mariners back up on top as it's 7-6 Merchant Marine.
Merchant Marine goal scored by number 23, Jack Renard. Assist number 12, Pat Cole.
So it didn't take much time at all on the man advantage as the Mariners find the back of the net, and they retake the lead with under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 7-6. As Jack Renard nets the goal. An easy face-off victory for Merchant Marine. As now the Valiants struggling a little bit, trying to get things going. Here's Andrew Murray with it. We're going to have a delayed penalty coming up against Merchant Marine. Ed Motherway with it. Motherway gets it to Murray. Murray back to senior Ed Motherway. Lane Schmidt called for legal procedure, just a 30-second penalty. So it'll be a man advantage for Manhattanville with 3:51 to go here in the second quarter. So Vines with a chance to tie the game at 7. Played to Sparby. Sparby over to the middle. Here's a shot attempt and a big save made by the Mariners. Ball currently on the turf. Mariners just trying to bat that one down the field, but they're able to collect the ground ball. As there would have been an empty net situation for Manhattanville. So now we have another penalty against Manhattanville, and goal scored by the Mariners as Jack Renard with his 3rd consecutive goal for the Mariners. And now 3 unanswered goals by Merchant Marine, as they are once again up by 2 goals. Under 3 minutes to go in the second, Renard with his 3rd consecutive goal makes it a 2-goal lead for the Mariners. Giants looking to snap a 5-game losing streak against the Skyline opponent. And another easy face-off victory for Merchant Marine. And the Mariners once again will try to look to set up shop here in the Manhattanville offensive end, as the Giants will kick this one out of play as Kelvis tried to scoop up the ground ball. So we'll stay with the Mariners. Merchant Marine with it. They're circle out front. Here's a shot attempt. And Hoffman able to get a piece of that one for another save. Mariners leading by 2 as we approach 2 minutes to go in the first half. There's another shot attempt. This one well wide of the cage. And we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Manhattanville. 2:04 to go here in the first half as the Valiants trail now by a score of 8-6. Head coach Ryder Bolander getting after the Valiants in that timeout, calling on the defense to try to step up here and make a big defensive stand and try to get the offense going just before the halftime break. Mariners will have possession of it. An 8-6 lead for Merchant Marine as number 23 sophomore Jack Renard, 3 unanswered goals to retake the lead for Merchant Marine. As here's a shot attempt and a big save by Zach Hoffman. And Hoffman's pass attempt over the head of the intended target. And Merchant Marine will take back over with under a minute 30 to go in the half. We'll see if Merchant Marine elects to just hold on to the ball and look for one of the last offensive opportunities of the half, or try to get a goal and then another face-off victory and maybe another goal. As you heard, 1 minute to go here in the second quarter of play. Here's Cole with it. Played up top to Connors. Over to Cole. Cole spins. Thought about a shot attempt, but he likes to just pass this one up top to Connors. 30 seconds now to go in the second. Here's a shot that's steered away by Hoffman. 20 seconds to go. Valiant's looking to try to push this one into Merchant Marine territory and try to cut into the deficit before halftime. Ten seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Sparby with it. Here's a shot attempt, and Manhattanville will shoot and score. With just 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play, a huge goal by the Valiants. As Tyler Bentrowitz was able to rip that one past the goalie. And a big goal there by Bentrowitz. False start will be called against Manhattanville. As the Mariners trying to quickly get this one into Manhattanville territory, pass off the mark. And that'll do for the first half of play. Valiant's able to get a goal back just before the halftime break as they'll head to the locker room trailing 8-7. We'll take a quick break here on GoValiants.tv. Stay tuned for the second half of action between Manhattanville and Merchant Marine. third period about to get underway here at GoVines.com field as Manhattanville takes on Merchant Marine in non-conference action. Tyson Nagler bringing you tonight's coverage of Manhattanville College men's lacrosse. And another easy face-off victory for the Mariners as they have done an excellent job so far in the face-off circle here in the last few possessions. Thank you. So Mariners will have possession of it, looking to try to retake a 2-goal lead. Ball currently on the ground. Vines trying to scoop this one up. Still loose. And Mariners will keep possession, so a big break for Merchant Marine. Both teams 2-1 coming into tonight's contest. Vines winning their last 2 wins against St. Joseph's and a win against Mount St. Vincent 2 weeks ago. And that was Manhattanville's last game. As this shot attempt is just past Zach Hoffman. As it bounced above the head of the senior, it's back up to a 2-goal lead for the Mariners. As it's 9-7. Bernard continues his impressive play, now 4 straight goals for the sophomore. Whistle will be a false start against the Mariners. So it will be Manhattanville ball. Here's Sparby with it. Passes over to Andrew Murray. Murray has it. Murray collected his 98th career point of the contest on an assist on the Morrissey goal. And a collision there between 2 valiant players. And Morrissey is now down on the ground as the Mariners have it. And now we'll get a stoppage of play as we'll take a look at the senior Colin Morrissey. He got tangled up with Andrew Murray. So a little bit slow to get up is the senior captain. Head athletic trainer Scotty McIver taking a look at Morrissey. New goalie into the game for Merchant Marine as they continue their shuffling of goalies. As Dave Austin usually gets the start for the game, and then Zach Tilley checks in at halftime. That has continued as Tilley in between the pipes for the Mariners. So he'll try to wrap up the game and give the victory for Merchant Marine. Morrissey up on his feet. He'll walk to the sideline, so we'll keep an eye out as Colin Morrissey's had a good start to the game. 4 points, 3 goals and an assist here. Ground ball scooped up and kept by the Mariners. Merchant Marine with it. That shot attempt's off the mark, backed up nicely though by the Mariners, so they'll keep possession. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter of play. On a frigid Wednesday evening, both teams enduring the winter-like temperatures, despite it being first week of spring, as Merchant Marine adds to their lead on the goal. And it's now a 10-7 advantage for the Mariners. Liam Connors with the goal. Face-off won and controlled by the Mariners. They'll enter Manhattanville territory. Manhattanville men's lacrosse team, not the only team in action here today, as the women's lacrosse team was victorious against Ramapo earlier today, as the women's lacrosse team goes above 500 for the first time this season, as they've won their third consecutive game. So a nice win streak for the women's lacrosse team, and the men's lacrosse team looking for their third consecutive win, but they're going to need to rally against Merchant Marine, currently trailing by 3, but plenty of time to go in this contest. As we approach the 11-minute mark to go here in the third quarter. Sparby with it, gets it to Duvall. That pass well off the mark, so it will be Mariner ball. Right, with a few substitutions on the fly here as they get Caton and Goto back into the contest. Mariners really taking their time here in this possession as they milk the clock in no rush to add to their lead, up 10-7 against the Valiants. Ball currently on the turf, scooped up though by the Mariners as they'll keep possession. They'll get over to Dotson. Gets it to Connors. Connors with it, guarded by Caton. Connors, his shot attempt saved by Hoffman. Hoffman able to collect possession of the ball as well. Hoffman's pass attempt too far ahead of Sam Hahn. So another turnover by Manhattanville. Mariners looking to make the Vines pay for the costly error. Mariners with it. Play this one behind the net. Mariners looking for a potential shot, but nice defense there by Goto. Here's another shot attempt, and that one's going to get past Hoffman for the goal. And now it's an 11-7 advantage for Merchant Marine.
Merchant Marine goal scored by number 11, Nick Ruro.
Nick Ruros with the goal. It's now a 4-goal advantage for Merchant Marine, and some good news on the Manhattanville sideline. Colin Morrissey up on his feet jogging around, so it looks like the senior is okay. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he'll check back into the contest. Another face-off victory for the Mariners. There's Connors with it up top, gets it over to Dotson. Thought about the shot, opts against it, and just passes this one back to Connors. Connors to Treon. Treon with it, his shot attempt. Wide of the post. It'll be Merchant Marine ball halfway through the third quarter of play. It's been all Mariners here in this third. They've scored 3 unanswered goals to put this game in their favor. They'll bring this one in front of the net. And we're going to get a whistle, and a timeout going to be taken by head coach Ryder Bolander and the Valiants. So we'll take one with them. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. It's an 11-7 lead for Merchant Marine. Merchant Marine ball here with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter of play, leading by 4. Let's see what head coach Ryder Bolander drew up in that timeout to try to cause the turnover and get the Manhattanville offense going. The Vines have had very few opportunities here in this second half so far on the offensive end. Mariners doing a nice job just moving this ball around. As here's a shot attempt. That'll be off the mark. Once again, this one's backed up by the Mariners, so they'll keep possession. Connors with it up top. Pass it over to Roros. Back to Connors. As the Mariners just moving this one around the bin. Looking for a cutter in the middle. Deflected away, and it'll stay with Merchant Marine. 6 minutes now to go here in the third. Play it over to Liam Connors. Over to Treon. Ball loose. Able to keep possession, though, were the Mariners. Here's a shot attempt, and that one blocked away. To Connors. And here's another shot attempt that's blocked before it gets to Hoffman. Ball on the ground, picked up, though. Chance for Merchant Marine. They'll go up top, and they'll get that one past Hoffman for the goal. An unfortunate break there for Manhattanville as they had blocked the initial shot. Ball was loose. It was Merchant Marine collecting the ground ball and then getting it past Hoffman. Largest lead of the game for Merchant Marine as they're up by 5, 12-7 the lead. Another face-off victory for the Mariners, and here's a shot attempt that's steered away by Hoffman. As Chris Whiteneck has done an excellent job on the face-off circle, not only winning these face-offs, but turning the face-off wins into immediate offensive opportunities. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's been all Mariners here in this third. Another shot attempt. That'll go high above the post. Play it up top. Passed over to McGovern. Here's a shot attempt. As McGovern got that one over to Kane. Kane, though, unable to put it on net. There's Treon with it, the latest goal scorer for the Mariners. As Merchant Marine looks to make it 6 consecutive victories here against Manhattanville. And also end the Valiant's 2-game win streak. Mariners with it. As Mariner player fell into the crease with the ball, so turnover by Merchant Marine. Now Manhattanville will try to get their offense going for the first time here in the third quarter. So far, a 4-0 advantage in the goals department for the Mariners. Here's Ed Motherway with it. Motherway trying to drive on in. And when they get a penalty coming up against the Mariners. As Vines will have another man-up opportunity here. As it'll be a cross check against the Mariners, so a 1-minute penalty. So Vines with a man advantage, trying to get something going on the offensive end. We'll see if this will help out the Vines. Sparby with it. Gets it to Motherway. Let's move the ball around. Here's a shot attempt. That's off the mark. Played over to Motherway to Sparby. Back over. Here's another shot attempt, and Tilly able to get a piece of that one. And now the Mariners going to call for timeout. 2:43 to go here in the third quarter of play, and a timeout taken by the Mariners as they lead 12-7. Back to action here. Manhattanville trailing 12-7 here late in the third quarter of play. Valiants on the man advantage. So there's a shot attempt, and the Valiants will rip this one past Tilly for the goal. As Manhattanville in the scoring column for the first time in the third quarter. And that ends the scoring drought for the Valiants.
Manhattanville goal is second of the game, scored by number 12, Will Duvall.
Will Duvall with the goal, his second of the contest, and Eric Sparby collecting the assist. Big goal scored there by Manhattanville. Now face-off coming up. Soya Godo will face off against Whiteneck. And Whiteneck has done an excellent job in the face-off circle. And Whiteneck will scoop this one up. Ball loose as both teams still scrambling, try to collect the ground ball. And we're going to get a flag coming up and penalty against Merchant Marine as the Valiants will collect possession of it. Here's Duvall with it. Duvall circling around. He'll have a shot attempt saved by Tilly, and now we're going to get a penalty coming up against Merchant Marine as an aggressive cross-check by the Mariners. So the official will come over to the press box and he'll make the call. So 2 penalties coming up against the Mariners as Vinberg will be called 30 seconds for the push, and number 28, Adam Burnt, will be called for the slash. So Valiants with a 2-man advantage for 30 seconds. We saw the Mariners take advantage when they had a 2-man advantage against Manhattanville, so we'll see if the Valiants can do the same. And this would be a big goal for Manhattanville to continue to try to cut into this deficit, trailing by 4. Here's Sparby with it. Sparby to Duvall. Over to Murray. Pass to Motherway. Motherway to Sparby. Over to Murray. To Duvall. Bryant's passing the ball around. Here's a shot by Motherway, saved by Tilly. Ground ball scooped up by Motherway. Gets over to Murray. He thought about the shot attempt, opts against it. First man advantage up. So here's another shot, and Tilly able to steer that one away. 24 seconds remaining in the single man advantage for Manhattanville. Here's Sparby with it. So here's a shot in this one. Off the mark. Backed up by Colin Morrissey. I'd see Morrissey back on the field. As I mentioned, third quarter, he was rolled up on by teammate Andrew Murray. Was slow to get up, but he's back on the field and playing, trying to help the Valiants rally here in this contest. This one's clear into the Manhattanville end. Numerous Valiant and Mariner players trying to come up with the loose ball, and it'll be Manhattanville with it. As that pass attempt, though, is intercepted, and now the Mariners will have it. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Mariners can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Treon with it. 5 seconds left. Treon, he'll spin. He'll have a shot right on the doorstep. And Treon, with 1 second to go in the third quarter, gets the goal and extends the lead back up to 5. So a big goal by Treon with 1 second remaining in the third quarter. He's going to put Merchant Marine back up by 5. So clock will run out here in the third quarter of play, and a big quarter by Merchant Marine as they outscore Manhattanville 5-1 in that quarter. They'll take a 5-goal lead into the fourth and final quarter of play. So Manhattanville looking to rally as they trail 13-8 and into the fourth quarter. Stay tuned to quarter number 4 here on GoValiants.tv as Manhattanville looks to rally to defeat Merchant Marine for the first time since 2011. Fourth quarter set to get underway here from GoValiants.com field as Manhattanville takes on Merchant Marine in non-conference action. Another face-off win for Whiteneck as nice offensive opportunity for the Mariners, but Hoffman collects the save. That's really been the strong point for this Merchant Marine team as Wideneck not only collects face-off victories, but he's able to turn them immediately into offensive opportunities. This one's played up towards Bencherwitz. Ball on the ground, kicked ahead by Bencherwitz. And the whistle will go against Manhattanville, so it will be Merchant Marine ball. Tilly will have it. And head coach Ryder Bolander upset on the sidelines, asking for a penalty against the Mariners as one of the Viance players went to try to check the ball carrier, but a big stiff arm laid out there by the Mariners player. Now we're going to get a delayed penalty against Manhattanville. Mariners moving this one around the Viant zone. Just taking their time trying to milk this clock here. As Merchant Marine with a 5-goal lead. Dotson with it. Ball currently loose on the ground, and now will be finally scooped up by Manhattanville, and we'll get the penalty call. So it'll be a conduct foul against the Manhattanville bench as the official not appreciating all the yelling handed out by the coaching staff, so he'll hit him with a 30-second conduct foul. So man advantage once again for the Mariners, as we're 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter of play. This shot attempt is wide of the post. Ball played into the crease where Zach Hoffman laid off for Jake Caton. Ryan's back to full strength. As well as another delayed penalty coming up now against Merchant Marine now, as Duvall will have it to Kakavo. Kakavo to Bencherwitz. Back TJ Kakavo. Over to Motherway. Now behind the net to Tristan Green. Here's Andrew Murray with it. Murray will center the ball up, and he'll look to try to drive into the teeth of this Mariner defense. Murray's shot attempt saved by Tilly. Ball goes straight up into the air. And now a stoppage of play as the Mariners collect possession. We'll get the penalty call against Merchant Marine. There'll be a slashing call assessed to number 42, Nick Treon. So 1 minute for slashing. Viance now pulling around as now the Mariners have to try to figure out who has the ball, and they do successfully. As Merchant Marine with a successful clear So Vine's trying to go with a little trickeration on that one, but it doesn't work out. And now we're going to get a penalty coming up against Manhattanville. Slashing called against Manhattanville's number 18, Sam Carlton. So both teams will be at even strength for 31 seconds, then abbreviated man advantage for Merchant Marine. 4 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter of play. A 13-8 lead for Merchant Marine against Manhattanville. Manners now on the man advantage for the next 20 seconds. As this shot attempt is saved by Hoffman. And now both teams will be back to full strength. Played up to Ed Motherway. Motherway with it. Here's Morrissey with it. He'll pass it over to Andrew Murray. Murray's still just 2 points away from eclipsing the 100 career point mark. Ball currently loose on the ground and will be scooped up by McGovern. As the ground ball will be recovered by the Mariners, and they'll quickly go on the attack. Mariners continue to just move the ball around, just try to chew up some clock here. As here's a diving shot attempt. As the Mariner player went diving into the crease. So it'll be a turnover and it'll be Manhattanville ball. Under 9 to go here in the fourth. Kelvis with it. He'll pass this one cross field over. Up to Cacavo. Over to Leonard. Leonard with it. He'll pass this one off to Duvall. Giants now put the ball on the ground. As both teams trying to collect the ground ball. A lot of pushing and shoving there, and now we're going to get a penalty coming up. Picking up the penalty as he's called for cross-check, so Man advantage for Merchant Marine for the next minute. Now it'll take us below the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Under 8 to go. It's a 13-8 lead for the Mariners. As it was a big third quarter by Merchant Marine, outscoring Manhattanville 5-1 in that quarter. As it was Manhattanville that had the momentum going into the locker room, scoring just before the halftime break to come within a goal of tying the contest, but Mariners took over, scoring 4 unanswered goals in that third period. As this pass attempt is off the mark. And Manhattanville will take over as Caton will have it. Caton passing it to Hahn. And head coach Ryder Bolander is absolutely livid after that call. As the Vines thought they were able to get the clear, but the official, I believe, calling Manhattanville for offsides, and so it could have been a costly turnover for Manhattanville, but no harm done. As the Vines now back in Mariner territory with 6:30 to go here in the fourth. Here's Duvall with it. Duvall trying to play this one up towards Motherway's way. Over to Green. Tristan Green, 1 goal here today. Green circles all the way around behind the cage. Played over to Murray. Here's Murray. His shot attempt saved by Tilley. Mariners back with it in Manhattanville territory as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Mariners with it. Here's a shot attempt that's off the mark. Vines will win possession. As Cacavo brings it upfield. Able to get the successful clear. Played to Sparby. Cacavo with a hill spinner on the defender. Cacavo will have it. He'll try to put one on net, blocked before he gets to Tilley. As we got 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. Cacavo thought about the shot attempt, odds against it. Murray will have it. Murray drives in his shot attempt. Off the mark. Backed up, though, by Will Duvall, so Vines will keep possession. Here's Manhattanville with it, trying to turn and shoot on that one, but blocked away. Mariners will have it back. Play it now to Tilly. Three minutes now to go here in the fourth quarter. 13-8 advantage for Merchant Marine, so short time for the Vines if they want to try to rally for the victory. They'll need a quick goal here and then win a few face-offs and try to get a few more goals. Still not out of the possibilities for Manhattanville come back. Of course, the Mariners doing a nice job of just keeping possession of this one, just passing the ball around. Not even giving the Manhattanville offense an opportunity here in the latter stages of the fourth quarter. And just as I say that, an errant pass, but ground ball scooped up by Merchant Marine. Vines trying to pick up the pressure and force a turnover. As we're now under 2 minutes to go here. 5-goal lead for Merchant Marine, as it looks like they're going to collect their 6th consecutive victory against Manhattanville, as a turn and shot attempt is off the post and out of play, where Mariners will take over. Another turn and shoot there by Merchant Marine, as this ball will stay in play. And it will be scooped up by Manhattanville. Lions play this one ahead. Here's Leonard with it. And now a turnover there by Manhattanville's Sam Hahn. As we have 1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. So Merchant Marine will, as mentioned, collect their 6th consecutive victory against Manhattanville. And they'll improve to 3-1. And this will snap the Vines' 2-game win streak, as they'll drop to 2-2 on the season. As we got 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Mariner ball. And like we said, the difference of the game was that third quarter of play, where Manhattanville was outscored 5-1 as Hoffman collects a nice save. With time running down, 20 seconds to go. Mariners sideline just asking for the team just to hold on to the ball and chew up the rest of this clock, as we're under 10 seconds to go. And that will do it as time expires and Merchant Marine collects the 13-8 victory against Manhattanville. As we mentioned, Merchant Marine improves to 3-1 on the season, while Manhattanville drops to 2-2 overall. For GoViants.tv, this is Tyson Egler signing out. We thank you for joining us for tonight's coverage of Manhattanville College men's lacrosse. Make sure to check out the recap story and stats on GoViants.com. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast of Manhattanville College men's lacrosse, as Merchant Marine defeats Manhattanville 13-8. For GoViants.tv, this is Tyson Egler signing out, and have a great night.